What is occupational hazard? Occupational hazard is in short terms a hazard experienced at a workplace that leads to illness or death. This can be many things such as physical strain and stress. If one has a job with a high risk of illness, they will often be paid more than a person with a similar job that has a lower risk of illness. It is apparent that this is to compensate for the risk coming with the job. There are basically 4 different sorts of occupational hazards, these being physical, psychological, chemical and biological. I will go through each one of them in further detail now. A physical hazard within a workplace is a thing in an environment that causes harm to the employee, whether or not it has physical contact. This includes, but is not limited to, thermal stress, noise pollution, radiation, such as ultraviolet radiation from the sun, and ergonomics, which could be a bad chair or heavy lifting. A psychological hazard affects an individual's psychology or social activity. This can be between 2 or more individuals, such as sexual harassment, but it can also be driver fatigue. With driver's fatigue, I mean things such as being tired or lacking in energy. An effect of this is reduced memory and poor judgmentship. According to a New Zealand government release called Fatigue in 2015, 6% of injured people in crashes are from drivers with fatigue as a factor. Part of the chemical subsection will probably not affect most people during their career. Here we are talking about exposure to chemicals that are harmful or explosives. An example of this that most people will encounter is spray paint, which can result in such things as cancer and respiratory illness due to the chemicals in the paint. Although we can also talk about chemicals secreted by life, this goes under the subsection biological. Biological hazards include simple sickness such as the common flu going around the office, but it also includes more serious things like microorganisms, these being things such as fungi and bacteria and its toxins. For people working outdoors, insects, spiders and toxic plants are more likely to be encountered, whereas people working indoors are more likely to be exposed to bacteria and viruses spreading around the office or working area. Thanks for watching my short video on occupational hazards. Please subscribe to see more videos coming soon.